Today's heat shattering records across the valley. We'll tell you where it's now bringing storms. Police say they've nabbed the man who stabbed a 14-year-old girl this morning in Fargo. Plus, we're live at Blue Stem Amphitheater, where thousands are braving the triple-digit temperatures for a concert. Valley News Live at 5 starts right now.
This is Valley News Live at 5.
Good afternoon and happy Friday, everyone. With temps around the 100-degree mark, these people should get an award for hanging in there during the oppressive heat. We're told the key was to take breaks, go inside, and get cool before returning to the steamy confines of their garage. Even they admitted once the mercury climbed the century mark, the number of shoppers today dropped off. No drop off in the heat, though. Let's get conditions right now from meteorologist Nathan Hopper. Nathan?
Yeah, Stacy, it is still hot out there, and because of that, we do, of course, have that first alert weather day for today that is continue for tonight. And for tomorrow as well, we're also expecting these temperatures to be out of control for us into the day on Saturday. I believe I'm on max 1, folks, for you folks there in the back. Yes, thank you for switching that. Let me pull this back up. I wanted to start with this graphic here. These are the old records in Fargo and in Grand Forks. You can see 95 degrees apiece. They're both set in 1959. Those are broken. Those are long gone. Those are blown out of the water. But take a look at this. The last time we saw a 100-degree day in Fargo was July of 2012. In Grand Forks was August of 1989. And also, this is the second earliest 100-degree day we had in both Fargo and in Grand Forks. April 21st of 1980 was the last earliest 100-degree temperature. So here's what we're talking about right now. If you are still out there garage sailing or getting ready for a concert tonight, this is current temperatures at 5 o'clock. 101 Fargo, 102 Grand Forks, 102 also in Jamestown. It has cooled down a little bit for some folks up toward the north, seeing some storms making their way through. 106 right now for our friends in Bismarck. So here is the line of storms we're seeing mainly along and north of the Highway 2 corridor. Some of these are potent little storms, especially that one there in northern part of the extreme northwestern part of Minnesota, just outside the Halleck area. This one a bit on the stronger side with some gusty winds, a lot of lightning with this one, and some heavier downpours with it. So for tonight, Stacy, could still see some strong to possibly severe storms, but tomorrow the heat is right back on, so we'll talk about that coming up in a few minutes.
And those records have been around for a while, huh? Wow.
They have been, and they are long gone.
All right, thanks so much, Nathan.
You bet.
The National Weather Service has issued a fire weather watch and a red flag warning for much of Minnesota. Becker and Clay counties are among those impacted. Officials with the Minnesota DNR say any fires that do start will likely spread quickly, and any burning done recently should be double checked to make sure all flames and embers are extinguished. The weather is always a variable at an outdoor concert, but triple-digit temperatures in Moorhead in early June are generally out of the realm of possibility. But that's exactly what people are facing right now at the Blue Stem Amphitheater as they wait for Alabama to take the stage for their 50th anniversary tour. That's where we find Valley News Team's JC Dodd live for us tonight. How's it going out there, JC?
Yeah, Stacy, it's absolutely sweltering out here. I'm at the Blue Stem Amphitheater in Moorhead, where people are already lining up to see the band Alabama. Over here, it's in the triple digits. There's a little bit of a breeze, but not enough to cool the body down, I would say. Now, this is the first concert in this amphitheater since October 2019, and it's none other than Alabama on their first stop of their 50th anniversary tour. For now, in Moorhead, JC Dodd, Valley News Live.
All right, thanks, JC. On to new developments in a story we were the first to bring you this morning. Fargo police have arrested a man in connection to this morning's stabbing near Party City. 23-year-old Arthur Prince Colley was arrested for attempted murder this afternoon. Police haven't said how they came to find him. They had a canine attempt to track him down at the scene this morning, but it was unsuccessful. Police responded to a report of an unconscious female at 4340 13th Avenue South around 7 a.m. That's where they found the 14-year-old girl covered in blood. Tonight, officials describe her condition as stable. Anyone with information or surveillance video of that area is asked to call Fargo Police. We're learning more about a crash on I-94 that left a Jamestown man dead. Police say 24-year-old Brandon Jacobson was killed in that rollover near Sanborn yesterday. It happened around 12:30 in the afternoon between Jamestown and Valley City. A semi slowed down for a grass fire in the ditch, and Jacobson tried to pass it. His Jeep drifted over the center line and sideswiped the semi, then went into the median and rolled. North Dakota Highway Patrol says Jacobson was not wearing a seatbelt. He was ejected and died at the scene. A 62-year-old passenger was taken to the hospital. Traffic had to be rerouted for more than 2 hours following that crash. Police are investigating an apparent shooting in Wahpeton that left 2 people dead. Officers responded to a home on the city's north side around 2:30 this morning after a woman reported a man threatening her with a gun. They were trying to make contact with that victim when they heard a gunshot from inside the home. They called in the Southern Valley Special Response Team, who found a man and woman dead from apparent gunshot wounds. The Moorhead man accused of spray painting hateful messages on a mosque is heading to trial. 22-year-old Benjamin Enderle is charged with felony harassment and bias and felony criminal damage to property. He told police that he vandalized the place of worship, but only as a joke. Enderle's trial is set to begin July 20th. He faces up to 5 years in prison and a $10,000 fine. Fire officials in Grand Forks are warning people to be careful while smoking after cigarettes caught 2 Walmart parking lots on fire this afternoon. Fire crews responded to the Walmart on 32nd Avenue at 102, then the Gateway Drive location just minutes later. Both those fires began near the parking lots. Damages estimated at $1,000 were contained to 1 car in the Gateway Drive lot. A plea from police this evening: if you know anything about an arson in Audubon, Minnesota earlier this week, contact them right away. It happened just after 11 on Tuesday night. Firefighters responded to 320 Eagle Street for a report of a structure fire. Fire crews say the upstairs bedroom of the home was filled with flames. Everyone was able to get out, but a dog passed away. A Coon Rapids man has been arrested in connection to a gas station robbery in Audubon. 26-year-old Alexander Butcher turned himself in to the Becker County Sheriff's Office this afternoon. He was caught on camera passing a note to one of the clerks demanding cash and saying he had a gun. They gave him an undisclosed amount of cash and some cigarettes. Butcher is being held in the Becker County Jail awaiting trial. A Mapleton man has been ordered to pay more than $130 in restitution after filing fraudulent tax returns for several of his clients. 43-year-old Benjamin Boway will also spend 18 months in federal prison. He was the owner of Benny Tax Services, which operated from 2015 to 2018. Acting U.S. Attorney Nicholas Chase says Boway prepared fraudulent returns on behalf of his clients that he knew were not legitimate. The government says he's responsible for $134,000 in tax loss. President Biden touts the May jobs report, claiming it's evidence America's recovery is on a strong track. He spoke shortly after it was announced. The economy added 559,000 jobs last month, which doubled April's disappointing total, and the unemployment dropped to 5.8%. The president says no other major economy is recovering from the pandemic as robustly as the U.S., but he acknowledged there will be setbacks and that America faces challenges in supply chains and rising prices. President Biden pointed to the boost provided by the American Rescue Plan as evidence his policies are working.
Unemployment filings are down, hunger is down, and vaccinations are up, jobs are up, wages are up, manufacturing is up, growth is up, people gaining health care coverage is up, and small business confidence is up. America is finally on the move again.
21 million American adults have been vaccinated since that May jobs data was collected, providing hope future numbers will strengthen. Facebook's indefinite suspension of former President Donald Trump now has an end date. Facebook suspended Trump's Facebook and Instagram accounts January 7th, following his posts praising people who attacked the U.S. Capitol the day before. The ban was open-ended, but we're now told it will end 2 years from the day it started, but only if Facebook feels Trump doesn't pose a risk to public safety. Trump, meanwhile, calls the ruling an insult to people who voted for him in the, quote, 2020 rigged presidential election. Nearly 60 people stepped up to help the Fargo police and fire departments this week as they competed to recruit the most blood donors. Everyone who participated in the Battle of the Badges Drive cast a vote for their favorite first responders. The police department won by just 1 vote, securing bragging rights for the rest of the year, as well as a plaque to display at the station. 29 of the participants were first-time blood donors. The community of Ada, Minnesota is honoring fallen officer Cody Hulte this weekend and raising money for local students. The Cody Hulte co-ed softball tournament starts at 8 tomorrow morning. They made these special medals for winning teams. T-shirts are also available, and the Grand Forks Police Department signed softballs for the first pitch of each game. There's also a silent auction at Main Street Bar. Proceeds will go to scholarships for students studying criminal justice or entering the military. Coming up, it's free fishing weekend. We'll tell you where you can cast a line.
And we've got a red flag warning for pretty much everybody until 9 p.m. tonight. Dangerous fire conditions with that heat. Also hearing of some buckling roads across the region thanks to this heat. But things, make sure to beat the heat, stay dry, close those blinds, don't overexert, and hydrate. Of course, check on the elderly and check your back seats for any kids. We'll talk about more heat on the way for tomorrow next.